Ivan sat in his tiny apartment on the outskirts of Moscow, staring at the battered screen of his phone, where his empty wallet blinked in the banking app. 4 months had flown by since he had completed his therapeutic massage and relaxation courses, but no work had appeared. Not a single stable client, not a single chance to prove himself. He was 31, an age when his peers were already starting families, cars, and careers, but he still clung to hope like a drowning man to a straw. His diploma, in a tattered frame, hung on the wall like a bitter mockery of his ambitions, and his pockets were as empty as his soul after sleepless nights. He posted ads all over the neighborhood, from shabby panel houses with peeling paint to sparkling luxury new buildings. With conservatories, stocked up on services online with photos of his skilled hands in action, and even printed business cards with his last savings. That went on ink and paper.
Zero responses. Silence, like a grave.
There were occasional calls from curious neighbors or random passers-by, but it was worth naming a price. 1,000 rubles per session was quite reasonable for a qualified specialist. The people on the line mumbled, "Expensive, we'll think about it or find something cheaper," and they hung up, leaving an echo of disappointment. Competition in this business was frantic.
Like rush hour traffic.
Everyone wanted cheap and high quality, and if possible, absolutely free, as if a massage were. Tap water or free air in a park. Ivan took a sip of cold coffee, which had long since gone cold in the cracked mug, leaving a bitter taste on his tongue, and scrolled through the news, trying to distract himself from the whirlwind of thoughts swirling in his head.
Domani for 10 days at the most. 4.
A pack of pasta, the perpetually overdue utilities, and a ride on the crowded metro. Then he'd have to either return to his parents in the quiet village outside Moscow, where his father still remained silent about his urban dreams, shaking his head at the failure, or grab any odd job he could find, a loader in a dusty warehouse. The smell of cardboard, a courier in the autumn rain, where the zippers offered no protection from the cold, anything to keep from giving in and acknowledging defeat. His thoughts swirled, heavy as the autumn rain outside, drumming on the
windowsill and trickling down the glass in streams. Yesterday, Matt called in the evening.
Her voice trembled with worry and fatigue, like a woman barely making ends meet.
Son, come home.
Here, at least, you can afford to rent a cow. There's fresh air. The neighbors will help with the garden.
You'll be lost there alone in this Moscow.
With its prices and bustle. But he stubbornly insisted into the phone, clenching his fist.
No, Mom, I'll make it in the city.
This is my life, my dream of helping people. With my hands, not with a shovel. But inside, the fear of failure was clenching like a vice, and memories of his student years, when he dropped out of college for a quick buck at a car repair shop, now burned in his soul like a cigarette forgotten in an ashtray, burning down to the filter. Back then, he thought, the world was simple, but now he understood that mistakes accumulate like dust in corners. The certificate in therapeutic massage and relaxation he'd so proudly shown his friends at graduation now seemed like useless trifle, a pretty piece of paper with a stamp that couldn't feed him or keep him warm in a cold
apartment.
Ivan sighed deeply and reached for his phone to check his account balance once again. A paltry few cents. And suddenly the device came to life in his hand, vibrating like a living being. An unfamiliar number appeared on the screen. His heart pounded with fatigue and a sudden
adrenaline rush.
His palms were sweating. He answered, trying to sound confident, like in those mock interviews. "Hello, this is Ivan, the massage therapist." The voice on the other end was firm, with a hint of authority, like that of someone accustomed to commanding a large group or a workplace. "Yes, it's me.
My name is Olga Sergeyevna.
I'm the manager of the Women's Wellness Center on Lenin Street. We urgently need a specialist. Our regular is sick, and we have a group of 7 ladies this evening in Sinance after Pilates. Come on over." Ivan sat up abruptly in his chair. Coffee spilled across the table, burning his fingers. But he didn't notice the pain, only a flicker of hope. "Of course I'll be there. What time?" His voice trembled with excitement, betraying his inner trepidation. "By 6 p.m. I'll send you the address in a message. Cash payment immediately after the sessions. Do you agree?" "I completely agree."
I'll be on time.
"Excellent.
Waiting for you." Don't be late.
She hung up abruptly, without giving him time to recover, and Ivan stared at the screen, not believing his luck. His fingers hovered over the keyboard. Finally, a break in this gray routine. His hands trembled as he rushed into the shower, washing away the despair under the hot streams of water. He put on a fresh white shirt and wrinkle-free trousers, stuffed the oil, sheets, towel, and antiseptic into the old black bag he'd lugged from the courses. His mood soared, like after a good workout in the gym, where the muscles ache but the euphoria overwhelms everything, but worry swirled in his head.
What if he screwed up?
He'd physically endured 7 sessions in a row. This was his last chance, if I ended up back in the village with reproaches and the cow. It was all in vain. The center on Lennon Street turned out to be compact, but warm.